It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is your Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Tonight we come to you from the Weedsport Speedway for what is another Monday Night Madness. First up is the Glenridge Motorsports Park, 358 modifieds, and tonight again, open setups for all three divisions. We'll have the Glenridge Motorsports Park 358 modifieds, followed by the Malcolm Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 Wings Sprint Cars, and then to wrap up the night, it is the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Winged Sprint Cars. Again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Monday evening. Marty taking a, well, he's off doing some real life stuff, I believe, so we're going to fill in for him here for tonight and tonight only. So unfortunately, going to get stuck with me, but looking forward to this one as we get set now for time trials is going to happen. And just to give you a quick rundown on the format for tonight, time trials about to happen, followed by heat races. There'll be 3 heat races, 6 laps. Everybody will go through to the show, but however, there will be an inversion of 4. So your fastest qualifiers will come from the 4th starting position. No consolation race. We'll go straight into a warm-up session where we'll take a break and then come back with your 30-lap main event. We get set qualifying right now coming up on the program. Well, let's take a look at some of the drivers that are going to head out onto the racing surface and get a real good look at how they're able to get around here. Here is the 4 machine of Scott Raomi. He's a little bit late getting into the server here tonight, but he's in here and he's ready to do battle. First lap time coming up for Scott Raomi during the Full Throttle Motorsports number 4 machine. Seen him last Thursday night pick up a couple of wins. As he goes quick time with a 15. Well, was quick time. He was 15.526. Connor Ross goes to position number 1 with a 15.498. A 15.498. Second lap, going a little slow. He'll start to slide down the timesheets. There is the Super Dirt Car Series Venom Racing entry. The 5 machine of Isaac Salas. 6 quick with a 15.527. Samuel Backman on the racetrack driving the Full Throttle Motorsports Expert Installation number 7 machine. Gavin Chatham into position number 1 with a 15.480. Make that Samuel Backman quick time with a 15.394. A 15.394 for Samuel Backman. He goes nearly a 1/10 of a second quicker. Kelly Wheeler on screen now in that number 100, the 110 machine. Fusion Setup Shop 110 picked up a podium last Thursday night in the Gamble Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Modified Division. Third quick for Kelly Wheeler with a 15.481, a 15.481. And that, of course, is going to wrap up qualifying here tonight. Take a look at those results very quickly as there is Samuel Backman, Gavin Chatham, Kelly Wheeler. Those 3 drivers going to start from position number 3 in your heat races here this evening. Connor Ross, Brian Lawson, your top 5. Brandon Templeton, Scott Raomi, Isaac Salas, Jason Butterfield, Trent Verstraeten. Heat number 1 lining up on the racetrack. It's going to be the 088 machine of Trent Verstraeten. He'll start from position number 1. From position number 2, it's car number 4 of Scott Raomi. We go back to the second row inside and outside. Position number 3, it's the 35 of Connor Ross. He'll start position number 3 from 4. Your fast time man tonight, Samuel Backman, lines up the 7 machine from position number 4. Your 5th starter driving the 513 for Team RWB entry, that is Jeffrey Barkett. He's outside for Morano Racing, driving car number 33, position number 6, John Morano. And your 7th, the final starter driving the Gears Unlimited entry, it is the 171 car of Jake Henry from position number 7. 6 laps on the board. And what is heat race number 1? Verstraeten and Raomi getting ready to drop us and lead us to the green flag, and we're underway. As heat race number 1, Barker nearly catching the inside wall. Verstraeten will lead down the back straight away. Raomi now going to fight back down to the inside. Connor Ross nearly thinking about making a 3 wide on the entry down into turn number 3. And Samuel Backman now finds his way into position number 3, one on the top side of the racetrack. They'll get through the first opening lap. Clean and green. Ross and Backman working wheel to wheel. Ross on the bottom, Backman on the top side. Bachman getting around Ross here at the start-finish line. Had it by half a car length. It's Rayomi now. He's going to work back to the low side, trying to run down your race leader of Trent Verstraeten. Again, still watching. There's no battles. Basically, there's no transfer positions right now. It's just lined up. The feature rates will be lined up on how they finish. So positions 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, and that'll be all because I think we've got 21 cars, so we should see 3 7-car heat races. Verstraeten still leads the way with a lap and a half to run. Rayomi closing in. You can see just a 1/10 of a second, and Samuel Bachman now closes in, so 3/10 of a second, separating your top 3 drivers. Trent Verstraeten looking to start on pole of tonight's 30-lap feature event. From the number 1 position, Verstraeten has just got to make 2 left-hand turns as they work down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Verstraeten goes low, Rayomi goes low. Here comes Bachman around the outside. Bachman's going to pick up second. Bachman will get second. Heat 1 done and dusted. Let's take a look at those official results coming up on your screen. Trent Verstraeten will get the win over Samuel Bachman, Scott Rayomi, Connor Ross, Jeffrey Barkey at top 5. Then you go back to Jake Henry and John Morano to make up the 7 cars in heat race number 1. Heat number 2 going to line up like this on the pole position. It'll be Bud Molyneux driving the 883 car. Isaac Salas in car number 5 for position number 2. Brian Lawson lines up the number 9 machine from position number 3 from Forest to 99. Second fastest in qualifying. Gavin Chatham will start from position number 4. Randy Shreves rolls up the 56 machine from position number 5. He's outside from 6. Driving car number 32, that is Anthony Morano. And the 7th and final starter in car number 7 for Team RWB entry, that'll be Bob DeGood lining up at a position number 7 to make up what will be your 7 cars in heat race number 2. Lights are out. Safety car will go infield. Don't forget, we'll still have the Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 wing sprint cars. We'll have and then we'll have, after the Rebels, we'll have the Renegade Open 360 sprint cars on Molyneux. Molyneux caught the inside wall, caught Isaac Salas, and give Brian Lawson the race lead. Talk about fortune. A bit of luck there for that second row. Now Shreves trying to make the move there from the runner-up spot over Gavin Chatham. And here comes Anthony Morano now. Shreves slides up. Morano ducks back down to the inside. Morano's going to move into position number 3. You've got a feel for Molyneux and Salas from the front row. There in the opening lap, opening turn, just things didn't go the way of the 883 car. And Salas got caught up involved in that one. How far can he get through this field? He may only be able to get as far as position number 5. I think anything outside or inside the top 4, I think is going to be a little bit of a stretch of the imagination for Isaac Salas, as good as he is. We're halfway home, 3 down, 3 to run. Watching your top 3 on screen, the 9 car, Brian Lawson leading Gavin Chatham, who remember went second quick here this evening, had to start from position number 4. As they come to 2 to go, Chatham going to challenge Lawson, so it's a battle of the 9s machine, and now Morano trying to make it 3-1 on the exit of turn number 2. Maybe the right front of Morano caught the left rear quarter panel and the rear bumper of the 99 machine of Gavin Chatham, and that will of course give a whole lot of breathing room and some space there to Brian Lawson. As the white flag is out, 1 lap left to go as they work down the back straight away for the final time. Brian Lawson going to send her in deep upstairs. Top 3, top 4 go upstairs. Checkered flag is out. Heat race number 2 is done. And just like that, heat 2 is done. It's in the books. Let's take a look at your official results coming up. Brian Lawson with your win. Gavin Chatham, Anthony Morano, your top 3. Randy Shreves, Isaac Salas, your top 5. Bob DeGood and Bud Molyneux, your top 7. Heat race number 3 lining up like this, and it is the final heat race of the night. Patrick Spangler lines up our 39 machine from position number 1. You switch those numbers around, you get 93. That's the 93, Jason Butterfield. He'll start from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 31 car of Brandon Templeton. 3rd quickest in qualifying here this evening. Kelly Wheeler lines up the 110 machine from position number 4. Then we go back to your fifth starter in car number 75. It's the Mora Farm Management entry. That is Stephen Bixler. To the outside, GJ Boydell lines up the 14 from position number 6. And if he finally makes it in, it's the 79 car Super Dirt Car Series of Dean Reynolds lining up out of position number 7. I believe it's just going to be, at the moment, just 6 cars. There's always one we're waiting on. It happens to be Dean Reynolds. However, he is not going to make the call. The 6 cars ready to roll off here behind the iRacing.com, the Steve King Foundation safety car. So Reynolds will be classified as a non-starter. If he's here for the main event, he'll start position number 21. So the starting positions on offer right now, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. For positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whatever the position number you're in, times up by 3. That's your starting position. You will be in here this evening for the main event. The Glen Ridge Motorsports Park Dirt 358 Modifieds here at Weedsport, Osh Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness, heat race number 3, and we're underway. Butterfield and Spangler will work it through 1 and 2. Spangler on the inside, Butterfield on the outside, and well, it's still an even launch down the back straightaway. Off for turn number 4, it's going to be Jason Butterfield with the outside line prevailing there on lap number 1. Wheeler's up into 3rd position, got by Brandon Templeton driving the dirt track bank. Got your 6 Racing Network 31 entry is now Spangler, still caught on the inside of the raceway, trying to slide it up just a little bit, but here comes Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler around the outside of Spangler, and just like what we seen in heat race number 1 and 2, the 2 fastest cars in qualifying. From the 4 starting position have found themselves in the runner-up position. Spangler still down low. Now he's got an opportunity to move it to the top side of the racetrack, but not for long, because now Brandon Templeton works it to the outside on the 31 machine. So it's a matter right now. Spangler on the inside in car 39. Templeton upstairs in 3 and 4. Templeton's got the run-off turn number 4. Spangler now, he's now got an opportunity to get up to the top of the racetrack. GJ Boydell, Stephen Bix will make up the 6 cars in this one. As watching Jason Butterfield, your race leader. From Kelly Wheeler. Wheeler would love to find a 3rd starting position in tonight's main event. And I'll tell you what, they're already coming to the final lap into 3 and 4. Wheeler's going to duck it down through the middle of the racetrack. It's not going to be enough as Jason Butterfield will win. Butterfield is going to win heat race number 3. Let's take a look at those results before we take a quick break. Jason Butterfield, Kelly Wheeler, Brandon Templeton, GJ Boydell, Patrick Spangler, and Stephen Bixler. Your 6 cars. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Josh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness, Glen Ridge Motorsports Park. 358 modifieds here for tonight from the Weedsport Speedway Park. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Trent Verstraeten and Brian Lawson will make up the front row for tonight's main event. Row number 2 going to be Jason Butterfield alongside Samuel Backman. Row 3 going to be Gavin Chatham and Kelly Wheeler. Row 4, the 4 of Scott Rahomi and Anthony Morano. Row number 5 will see Brandon Templeton start alongside Connor Ross. Row number 6 will be Randy Shreves and G.J. Boydell. Row number 7, Jeffrey Barker and Isaac Salas. Row number 8, Patrick Spangler and Jake Henry. Row number 9, Bob DeGood and Stephen Bixler. And the 10th and final row, John Morano and Bud Molyneux. And let's show him anyway because he's not here in attendance, but Dean Reynolds did not make the call. So 20 starters in tonight's 13-lap A main event. So we'll go around one more time on the racing.com and Steve King Foundation safety car. Who will take out the opening race of the night? A triple header here live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Osh Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness. The Glen Ridge Motorsports Park, 358 modifieds here tonight at the Weedsport Speedway for your winter season. Week number 7. We put 30 laps on the board. Who will take out the first race of the evening? It's time to go racing. Trent Verstraeten and Brian Lawson. Let's get dirty for 30 here at Weedsport, and we're underway. Green flag will fly. Boy, Jason Butterfield caught a little piece there of Samuel Backman in the 7 machine. That allowed Gavin Chatham in the 99 to move up to the inside. Meanwhile, the battle is on for the race lead. Verstraeten is going to lead lap number 1. Second is Brian Lawson. Lawson around the outside. Backman trying to get a run on the outside in the 7 machine to get by Gavin Chatham to move up to position number 4. Now going to come up the third place driver of Jason Butterfield, and he's got it at the line. Oh, Backman a little high on the entry down into turn number 1. Nearly came unstuck for him. Butterfield back to the inside second. It's Verstraeten trying to run down Brian Lawson, your race leader. Backman still had third at the line. Butterfield driving a little deeper there into turn number 1. Wheeler and Chatham going side by side. Chatham on the inside. Will we see the battle for the race lead? We'll complete lap number 4. And it's going to be Brian Lawson, still your race leader. Verstraeten still trying to make somewhat the bottom to middle move work down through 1 and 2 as they work down the back straightaway. Verstraeten once again downstairs in the orange, yellow and purple number 88 machine, looking to get a run on Brian Lawson. And again, it's just that extra speed that he's got in the 9 car. Oh, look out, cars checking up. Butterfield's going to go around, Chatham around. We'll go yellow. Take a look at the instant replay, and it all started here. Watch the 7 car. So we go on board right now with Jason Butterfield. The 7 car just checks up. Just there was the initial contact, and unfortunately it ended as quickly as what it started, unfortunately. Shreves involved, Rayomi involved, Boydell involved. A tough break. So Butterfield will go to the pits. He'll get a quick repair done. There is your race leader. Regency Home Inspections. Venom Racing. Number 9 machine of Brian Lawson. And what will be, once we go back green here in a moment's time, not this time, but the following time by, so we're 2 to green. The 9 of Lawson will lead us back to the drop of the green flag. Don't forget, we've still got the Rebels 360 Sprint Car Division, followed up by the Renegades. So the Rebels are basically what they call the B Division. The top 5 from the B Division will transfer to the Renegades Division. And again, all classes tonight are open setups as well, so not the fixed setups that you might be used to seeing on, say, a Thursday night. As lights are still on the pace safety car, the Steve King Foundation safety car, so we'll just send him around one more time. Now the lights are out. Lawson and Verstraeten once again. Gosh, Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness. Live here on Ultimate Dirt TV tonight, live again on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Check out Coast to Coast on the interwebs, www.c2crl.com. Find out the schedules, be a part of the Speed Week, charity events. They've got it all covered here, racing what is 6 nights a week and about 1,000 divisions. Green flag is back out, we're back underway. 3 wide for third, fourth and fifth. Wheeler, Morano on the inside, Wheeler on the outside. Backman was caught right through the middle of the racetrack. Morano and Wheeler, now they're going to go at it. Now here comes Ross to the inside. Brendan Templeton going to move up to position number 5. So Backman just got caught sleeping there. Battle and challenges on for the race leaders. They work down the back straight away. Verstraeten now to the inside once again. Lawson just going to try and rip the lip around the Weedsport Speedway, and Brian Lawson still holds on to the race lead. We complete 8 down, still 22 to run. Morano coming after your top 2 right now as they work down the back straight away. Wheeler again back to the top shelf. Boy, I tell you what, the racetrack looking pretty even right now. Both got a top, both got a bottom. Verstraeten will lead there. What is lap number 9? Just a little bump from Lawson. Now Lawson gets back to the outside of Verstraeten as they hustle down the back straight away. Morano going to make this a 3-way battle for the race lead. So your top 3 right there. Verstraeten in the 088 machine, your race leader. Brian Lawson in the 9, your runner-up. And now then you go back to Morano on the inside, who's now was in position number 2 just for a brief second. He's back to third. Kelly Wheeler in the 110 in fourth. And Connor Ross in the 35 in position number 5. Lawson into the wall, going to give Morano 3 wide for third, fourth and fifth position. Now they'll make it 2 wide down the back straight away. Wheeler nearly getting into the back of Lawson. Sorry, now goes to send it upstairs. Here comes the 5. Isaac Salas going to dive down to the inside, and Samuel Backman as Brandon Templeton just clipped the inside wall. Jeffrey Parker right there. Where do you want to look right now? Boy, it's all happening right now. And we're a couple of laps away from half race distance, and the opening 13 laps has been complete. And what a frantic 13 laps it has been. Wheeler and Lawson still wheel to wheel as they work off turn number 2. Lawson led for the first probably 7 to 8 laps in this main event, but now it's Trent Verstraeten leading the way over Anthony Morano and Connor Ross. That's your top 3. Ross in the 35. Wheeler down to the inside to move into position number 4 as Salas now works the inside to get by the 31 car of Brandon Templeton. Templeton just caught up on the cushion there in the middle of turn number 3. The car got tight, will go yellow. GJ Boydell is involved in this one. Maybe even Bob DeGoodlitz. Yeah, they're all okay. There it is. The 14 car of GJ Boydell just gets into the back of the 75 car of Stephen Bixler, sending Bixler around, and Shreve's nowhere to go. Butterfield just comes through. Gee, John Morano. If we can get an onboard shot of that. Look at this, ready? Onboard, John Morano. Ooh! Hey Zeus, that was close. Boy, how he didn't hit them, I'll never know. Alright, so the restart. Not happening just yet. So still lights are on the Steve King Foundation, racing.com safety car. So once we do go back to green, immediately the cross flag sticks are going to be out. So it'll be 15 down, 15 to run. Yosh Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness. What is the first of 3 races on the program here this evening? First up, the Glen Ridge Motorsports Park, 358 modifieds. Then we'll go to the Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 wing sprint cars, and we'll follow it up to round out the night with the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades for 360 winged sprint cars. Again, all live here tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Again, a special one off here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Coming back to the green flag. And it's going to be Trent Verstraeten who says, "Right, boys, let's go racing again. It's time for me," Hammer would say, to drop the hammer. Wheeler, Templeton, Salas, Barker. Boy, there's just a gaggle of cars right there. Samuel Backman involved. Morano now trying to come after your race leader. Verstraeten, Morano pulling nearly 7 to 8 tenths of a second. Back to the 35 car of Connor Ross as we'll go yellow. Uh-oh. We have a parking lot once again. Jeffrey Barker in the 513. Oh, Barker got into the back of Templeton. And, woo! There's about 10 cars there. It was 10. So these restarts. These restarts are crucial. On board your race leader, watching from the rear bumper of that 088 machine, Trent Verstraeten. Anthony Morano. Now you see just to the left of your screen. Look at this. We can actually look at this there. So there is Morano just trying to get out of the shop. The DJ's Sim Shop, Full Throttle Motorsports 32 machine. Look at this. Ready? Look at this. Going to get a good look at the race car. So lights are out. Single file restart. Safety car is off. 13 to go, and there you see Trent Verstraeten getting up on the wheel. Just see, we'll see how close Morano gets to him. Verstraeten looked really good there on the exit of turn number 2. He now looks to get away. And you see the top 5 is all migrating to the bottom side of the racetrack. Salas with the first car to work it back to the top side there on the restart. Again, well, he's going to switch it up. He's going to try and stay a lot lower than what Kelly Wheeler is, and lane lower. Now he starts to widen up the entry, and here comes the 5. Isaac Salas trying to rip the lip around Weedsport in turn number 3 and 4. And he's almost got 5th at the start-finish line. Lawson gets into the back of Ross. Ross is going to go around. Connor Ross in the 35 car. Now, did he catch the wall first? I think the 35 car may have caught the wall. Bang, right there he did. And that's exactly what happened and how that all unfolded there in the 35 car. I don't think left enough time for Lawson in the 9 car just to check up. You see Isaac Salas, who just got around it. So Ross will go to the back. So now we come to 10 laps remaining. Hope for the people watching on Ultimate Dirt TV, we've got a big night here tonight. Of course, we're covering not one, not two, not three, but 4 races. This is race number 1 of 4. 3 live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, 3 on Ultimate Dirt TV for the Coast to Coast Racing League. Dean Reynolds, you're 15 laps down. Okay. Better late than never, Dino. Better late than never. So back up front, race leader, Trent Verstraeten. Steve King Foundation, racing.com. Safety car is off the racetrack. 20 down and 10 to go. Verstraeten, Morano and Lawson. That's your top 3. We're back on the way in tonight's main event. In the Glen Ridge Motorsports Park 358 modifieds. Verstraeten makes a mistake. Little bump from Lawson. 3 wide, Salas. On the outside, Lawson through the middle. Wheeler was on the inside. 2 by 2 by 2. 3 downstairs, 3 up top. Now they're going to fight every which way possible down into turn number 1 and 2. And Salas is coming on the top side. He may just be leaving this one to the very end of this race. Bachman going to go upstairs as well. Going to follow the 5 machine. And well, not a bad game plan from Samuel Bachman. You know, with Isaac Salas, if there's one man that's going to be able to pass a few cars, oh, excuse me, it's going to be the 5 car of Salas. Morano going up top and now cuts it back through the middle of the raceway. Salas coming after Brian Lawson for the final spot on the podium. Slams it all shut down into turn number 3. Catches the wall. Lawson, just a few little mechanical issues, little hiccups there, but he gets it sorted. 3 wide, Bachman through the middle. Salas upstairs and Wheeler down to the inside. Boy, you battle on for 4th and 6th position right now. Verstraeten with what is 6 laps left to run. GJ Boydell up to position number 7 with Bud Molyneux in position number 8. Wheeler again trying to run the inside of the race. We're off turn number 4, and here comes Samuel Bachman. Remember, go back to the start of the night. Samuel Bachman, fastest qualifier, and now with 5 to run. Bachman with a whole head of steam. Can he find his way into a podium position? Verstraeten is counting the laps down. 4 to go. Wheeler and Salas still making it work side by side down into 1 and 2. Bud Molyneux with the 883 car. Remember, you go back to the one of the heat race number 3 between Molyneux and Salas, where Molyneux caught the wall, and unfortunately Salas was on the outside, and the pair come together into turn number 1. Boy, they've really had to work for these top 10 positions at the moment. 2 to run. Oh, Morano had a chance, and I think he just somewhat messed up the exit of turn number 4. Bachman trying to come after Lawson. Lawson, he's got it by 3/10 of a second. Here comes Samuel Bachman as the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go for Trent Verstraeten. Winter season, Monday Night Madness at Oshwegan Speedway. Winter season week number 7. The Glen Ridge Motorsports Park 358 modified main event win is going to go to Trent Verstraeten. Anthony Morano will get second. Brian Lawson going to hold on to third. Oh my. What a way to finish off the first of 3 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for the Oshwegan Speedway Monday Night Madness. Let's take a look at your official results. Trent Verstraeten gets the win over Anthony Morano in second. Third will go to Brian Lawson. We'll chat to those 3 drivers post-race here in just a few moments' time. Samuel Bachman in 4th. Kelly Wheeler rounds out the top 5. Isaac Salas home in 6th. Bud Molyneux 7th. GJ Boydell in 8th. Jake Henry 9th. Jeffrey Barker makes up your top 10. We'll go over the page. 11th is going to be Gavin Chatham. 12th is Randy Shreves. Connor Ross in 13th. Bob DeGood 14th. 15th was John Morano, 2 laps down. 16th was Brandon Templeton. Scott Rayomi in 17th. Stephen Bixler 18th. Patrick Spangler 19th. Dean Reynolds in 20th. And Jason Butterfield in position number 21. We'll go trackside here in just a few moments' time. And we're going to chat with our top 3 as we wait for those 3 to get out of the race car. We have got first and second. We're just waiting on third place driver of Brian Lawson, just to find his way to where he needs to be. And there he goes. He's ready to go. So we'll chat to Brian Lawson, home in third place tonight. Brian, congratulations. Third place here this evening. But boy, I tell you what, that was one that was really earned and really fought for that one.
I tell you, that was one of the funnest races I've ever had on iRacing, man. A lot of close racing, but nobody took advantage of anything. Everybody raced clean, but it was extremely close. Isaac and I were so close one time. I said something like "yeehaw" or something, and all of a sudden he laughed and wound up hitting the wall or something. So I got to remember that when I'm racing somebody that's on the radio with me. A little trick up my sleeve. But no, it was a fun race, man. It felt good to lead for a while. Trent was, he ran a great race, fun to race with. That second restart, I didn't realize that the bottom had come in and they kind of freight trained me, but happy to come back and finish third.
The racetrack looked like it had a number of different lines, top, bottom. Some guys are trying to make the middle work. Was that the way that you seen it as well?
Yeah, it seemed like the top was faster in the very beginning, which is, what allowed me to take and hold on to the lead for the first, 10, whatever laps, 15. But, after that first restart, when Trent got down to my inside and I could tell he was kind of pulling on me, I kind of knew at that point, all right, bottom's coming back in. But, at that point they were lined up and it kind of put me back to fifth before I could cleanly get back down,
Brian, well done on the third place finish here tonight in the Oswego Speedway Monday Night Madness Glenridge Motorsports Park 358 Modified Division. Brian, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 9 machine.
I got to thank you for the broadcast. You guys always do a great job, coast to coast, for doing everything they do. Just want to give a shout out for next week, Sunday through Thursday. We got a great fundraiser going on, so check it out. Everything will be broadcast on Coast to Coast Racing Network. Regency Home Inspections, got to give Dean with the Super Dirt Car Series a shout out. Magnum Race Design, and last but certainly not least, my guys at Venom Racing, man. We have a blast and love doing this.
Brian, well done on third place. Hopefully see you back shortly in the 360 sprint cars.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brett. Have a good night.
Excuse me. Brian Lawson home in third place. We'll chat to the man that comes home second place tonight. It's Anthony Morano. Anthony, well done on a second place finish here tonight. And boy, I tell you what, I thought you may have had something there for Trent late in that one, but I think with about 2 to go, you just come off turn 4 and I think you caught the inside wall. But second place, still not a bad run for you on the 32 car.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it. On one of the restarts there, it might have actually been the last restart. We were going into one on there, and I got in the back of Trent a little bit, and I slammed on my brakes trying to make sure I didn't turn him around. If I'm going to pass somebody, that's the last way possible I want to do it, is to tag him and get him loose. And hopefully, I know Isaac was right behind me, and Lawson hopefully didn't screw anybody up behind us, but I don't want to pass someone by doing it in a dirty way. So car was fast. Hats off to Trent, ran a great race. We'll definitely take second and keep plugging away on points and see how it turns out.
Overall, what did you make of the entire race? We had a couple of cautions sort of during the midway point of that race, but I've got to say those last sort of 8 to 10 laps, it was fun to call up in the booth. It must have been fun to be working the wheel down there on the racetrack.
It was definitely a blast. I had a ton of gear in the car, just hoping it was just bottom dominant so I can pull people out of the corners, but that was pretty much it. Like I said, Trent ran a great race, did everything he had to do to keep where he was at and pick up his win. I don't know if that's his first win in Coast to Coast or not, but congratulations to him. I'll definitely, and I'm sure it was a blast to watch. Weedsport puts on a hell of a show every time we come here, in big blocks, small blocks, late models, sprint cars, doesn't matter. This track's a blast. I wish we ran it more.
Anthony, well done on the run-up finish here tonight for the 358 modifieds. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody on this 32 car.
Thank my wife Sherry, everybody at Full Throttle Motorsports, ScriptHack.com, Super Dirt Car Series, Hi Mom Lens, DJ Sim Shop, Swan Speed, MDI TV, Brett, you for doing the broadcast, and everyone at Coast to Coast.
Anthony, well done, second place.
Thank you, sir.
Anthony Morano, your runner-up driver here tonight. We'll chat to the man that comes away victorious here tonight in car number 088. It's Trent versus Stratton. Trent, congratulations on the victory. Boy, I tell you what, you ran second for probably the first third of that race, but then those final 20-odd laps, boy, I tell you what, you were very tough to beat, and you must be happy with the win here tonight.
Yeah, I am. It's been a while since I've been sitting in victory lane. I think it's like going on a year now since the last time I won in this league. So yeah, it feels pretty good. A lot of fast guys in there. I'd like to give a shout out to Anthony for getting off the gas after we got into it to not take the lead that way. So I really appreciate that from him, and just good racing overall.
Hey, how nervous were you coming in? Especially like I said, with a lot of good cars. We see it week in and week out. Were you nervous coming into this feature event? What was different here tonight?
Yeah, I was very nervous, especially seeing how good Anthony was on the bottom too, and he was just keeping with me the whole time. He probably had my heart beating at 200 beats a minute. So yeah, he kept me on my toes, that's for sure.
What does this mean? What does this mean to you to pick up another win here with the Coast to Coast Racing League and to do it on Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness?
It feels pretty good. Anytime you can beat this group of drivers, it feels really good. It's not an easy league to win in, that's for sure.
Trent, congratulations on the victory. Before we let you go and celebrate, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 088 machine.
I'd just like to give a shout out to my buddy Trevor Drew, Roger, and everyone behind the scenes at C2C, and you for broadcasting every week.
Trent, well done on the win. Hopefully, we'll see you back shortly in the 360 Sprint Cast, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Trent Verstraeten, your winner here tonight from the Weedsport Speedway, and of course that will wrap up the first of 3 here live with the Coast to Coast Racing Network and live on the Coast to Coast live with the Coast to Coast Racing League, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is done and dusted for the 358 modifieds here on the Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. We've still got plenty of racing to come. We've got the Malcolm. That was the Glenridge Motorsports Park 358 modifieds, by the way. We've still got the Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 winged sprint cars. They'll be up next here, followed by the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 winged sprint cars. All the action live right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and live on Ultimate Dirt TV. So with that being said, we'll take a quick break, quick commercial break, come back on the other side of this. Plenty of action still live to come.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight when we were talking about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is now time here on your Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness for the Malcolm Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 winged sprint cars. At a field of 22 drivers have signed into the pit area for tonight to try and take out the top 5, and the top 5 in the feature event will have an opportunity to run in the Dillon Westbrook Racing Renegade Division. But right now, it is time to go qualifying here tonight from the Weedsport Speedway Park. Again, good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set. We are in qualifying right now. Andy Patton is going to be the first car that we're going to take a look at here. We'll see what Andy Patton can do driving the Inferno Motorsports A&J Custom Creations M9 setup shop. It is going to be 14, well, it's going to be no time. It was a 14.416 Talon Ulibarri in the number 19 machine. Still waiting for those first times to come through as Brandon Dittman going to go quick time with a 14.087 Talon Ulibarri. Quick time with a 14.036. Isaac Salas in car number 5 for Venom Racing and Super Dirt Cars Series. Where does Salas go? Gavin Chatham goes quick time, 13.474. He's got up by a quarter of a second. Mike Cranmart lines up in the 70 machine to make up his first lap time. It's going to be a 14.562, 561 in fact. Brad Waite in car number 814. Trent Verstraeten goes 11th quick, your winner of the 358 modified. Does Waite stops the charts there with a 13.821, a 13.821. Zach Neubauer in car number 52 for GTR. The final car to lay down a qualifying time, chasing a 13.474. Gavin Chatham is the man that's got quick time here this evening, and it's going to be Zach Neubauer with no time. There'll be no time for Zach Neubauer. It is done and dusted. Qualifying is done. Let's take a look at your qualifying results here for the Monday Night Madness Oshweek and Speedway 360 Rebels divisions. Trent Verstraeten. Oh. There we go. Gavin Chatham goes quick time. And again, the heat races, we'll see 3 heat races on the program. And just like what we've seen in the Renegades in the 358 modifieds, we will see the inversion of 4. Let's take a look at heat race number 1. Your lineup will look like this. Trent Verstraeten lines up on the pole position. The 217 of Jack Hitt lines up at a position number 2. From 3, it's the 814 entry of Brad Waite. From 4, the 99 of Gavin Chatham. From position number 5, we'll see Stephen Stewart in car number 47. From 6, it's the 94 of Gary Offit. From position number 7, driving the 888 machine, it's Steve Mora. And to the outside, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. He'll start from position at number 8. So waiting for the cars to roll away here at Weedsport behind the iRacing.com Steve King Foundation safety car. Again, Yosh Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness, Malcolm Mills, Mill Riding, Rebels, 360 Wing Sprint Cars. And we are ready for a start. Trent Verstraeten alongside Jack Hitt on the front row. Who will take out the opening heat race of the night? Who will start on pole of tonight's 30-lap main event? 3 heats, a warm-up session, and then a 30-lap main event. And the top 5 will also get the invitation to go to the Renegades division for the Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Wing Sprint Car portion of the evening. That will wrap up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with the Coast to Coast Racing League. And after all this is said and done, 10 o'clock Eastern, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, it's the Plum Wild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by the Northwest Racing Association. And that track, for round number 3, he's headed to the sprint car capital of the world, the Knoxville Raceway. But for now, it's the Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Malcolm's Mills, Mill Running, Rebels 360 Wing Sprint Cars. And we're underway. Verstraeten and Hick, and it'll be Verstraeten to get the jump. Brad Waite going to quickly move into position number 2. Gavin Chatham trying to work his way down to the inside as they work down the back straightaway. Hitt is going to send it upstairs. Hitt trying to get a run on the outside of Brad Waite, but it's going to be Verstraeten to lead lap number 1. Chatham's going to go. Shaw, Waite. Unlucky for Brad Waite, Gavin Chatham. Kurt Schatzer not involved in heat race number 1. He didn't make the start, but Jack Hitt is going to lead what is lap number 2 from Trent Verstraeten. Steve Moore in 3rd, Stephen Stewart 4th. Gary Offit rounds out to top 5. Then you go back to Brad Waite in 6th. Gavin Chatham, your fastest qualifier, in position number 7. Boy, the tricky little racetrack here at the Weedsport Speedway sees Jack Hitt leading the way. 4 down, 4 to run. Heat race number 1. The Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Malcolm Mills, Mill Runnings, 360 Wing Sprint Cars, your Rebels division. Verstraeten, who picked up the Glen Ridge Motorsports Park 358 modified main event, he's running in 2nd position. But it's going to be too little too late because Jack Hitt in the 217. He fell back to 3rd there on the opening couple of laps of this heat race before a fortune favouring the Brave right now. Verstraeten driving it deep into 1 and 2. But it's all Jack Hitt out in front. Will start as long as he can put one more lap together, one solid lap. He will start on pole in your 30-lap main event. Verstappen trying to drive it deep into 1 and 2. Once again, trying to put the pressure there on your leader of Jacket into 3 and 4 for the final time. Barney the R-Racing flagman says, check your platters out. Jacket is going to come away victorious here in heat race number 1. Chatham, in fact, is going to get Gary Opford. So Chatham picked up a couple of positions there. Let's take a look at your results here in heat race number 1. Jacket gets the win after 8 laps. Trent Verstraeten home in 2nd. Stephen Stewart 3rd. Steve Moore in 4th. Kevin Chatham rounds out your top 5. Gary Opford 6th. Brad Waite 7th. And Kurt Schatzer was a did not start in heat race number 1. Heat number 2, he picked up a 3rd place in the 358 modified main event for the Glenridge Motorsports Park Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. It's the 9 car, Brian Lawson to the pole position. Andy Patton in car number 87 lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3 is going to be GJ Boydell in the 014 machine. From 4, it's the 35 entry of Connor Ross. From 5, it's the 75 of Stephen Bixler. From 6, it's the 4 car of Greg Parmalee. Then we go back to the final row. Mike Cranmer lines up the 70 from position number 7. And Zach Neubauer in car 52 will line up at a position number 8. So another 8 laps on the board here at Weedsport Speedway. Safety car getting ready to exit the racetrack. Brian Lawson, Andy Patton. Heat number 2, the Malcolm Mills Mill Running Rebels 360 wing sprint cars. We're about to light them up as the green flag drops. Oh, Patton nearly spins it in front of the field. Cranmer gets involved. Lawson leads from Boydell. Here comes Connor Ross sending it upstairs into 3 and 4 with a run on the outside, and Connor Ross going to go from 3rd to 2nd, and now he's going to look to come after your race leader in Brian Lawson in the 9 machine, but Boydell back to the inside. Boydell good in 1 and 2. It's 3 and 4 where he needs to find that extra bit of speed. Bottom 1 and 2, top 3 and 4, and Boydell's going to reclaim 2nd at the start-finish line. Lawson still your race leader. Ross into the wall. Andy Patton going to find his way and battle there with Stephen Bixler. Bixler will go back to position number 5. Patton will move his way to position number 4. Parmalee, Neubauer and Cranmer to make up your 8 cars. There is your top 3 on screen once again. Watching Boydell in the 014 machine. That's the red car. Trying to close in on the race leader of the 9 car, Brian Lawson. Hey, Darwin. Thanks for stopping by. Ross to the inside. Now he'll get a look up on the inside, and Connor Ross is going to move to position number 2. And now Ross sets his sights on the back of the tail, taking the rear crash bar of the 9 car, Brian Lawson. Oh, Ross, the left front tyre. We've seen these 2 guys get into it in the main event of the 358 modifieds, where Ross caught the inside wall and left no time for Lawson to check up, but unfortunately Ross was the one that got sent to the tail end of the field, where Lawson was able to hold his position and end up coming away with a 3rd place finish. White flag at the line. 1 lap left to run for Brian Lawson as he works down the front straight away. Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness, the Malcolm Mills Mill Running Rebels 360 wing sprint car division of the evening. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Ross is going to have one last crack at him, but not going to be. And boy, I tell you what, he made that a lot closer than expected. But Brian Lawson comes away victorious in heat race number 2, which means he's going to start outside the front row of tonight's main event. Let's take a look at your results. Getting the win was Brian Lawson over Connor Ross in 2nd, GJ Boydell 3rd, Andy Patton, Stephen Bixler home in 4th and 5th position. 6 is going to go to Greg Parmalee, Zach Neubauer and Mike Cranmer to come home in positions number 7 and 8. Heat number 3, final heat race of the night, is going to see Jack Clevenger in the 78 machine. He'll start on pole position to the outside of the front row. Position number 2, it's car number 5 of Isaac Salas. We go to the 2nd row, inside and outside, driving car number 83. It's Brandon Dittmer. He'll start position number 3 from 4. Talon Ulibarri lines up the 19 machine to the outside of the 2nd row. Row number 3, inside and outside, Randy Shrees in car 56 will start position number 5. And the 747 entry of Roger Craig lines up at a position number 6. And Joe Backus lines up the 46 machine from position number 7 to conclude the 7-car field in heat race number 3. And again, 8 laps on the board. here at Weedsport. Final heat race of the night. Final heat of the night. We are green here at Weedsport, and it's going to be Jack Clevenger leading, but here comes Brandon Dittman to the inside. You battle for the lead, who's on down into 3. Salas as well, going to make it a 3-way dance for the race lead. Clevenger will lead lap number 1. Salas had to drive it deep into turn number 1. He'll rail the cushion all the way around. Dittman with a run on the inside. Dittman, Salas working. One on top, one on bottom. Shreve's throwing the move on Ulibarri. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is probably the most stacked heat race of the 360 of the night for the Rebels 360 division. Salas now, new race leader off for turn number 2. Slide job by Salas. Back to the inside goes Jack Clevenger. Salas trying to shut middle, but Clevenger comes back and Salas down into turn number 1. Salas hits the wall, and a very hard hit there for the number 5 machine, giving Jack Clevenger back the race lead. Salas has got the elbows up, the gloves are off, and he's now trying to come back after your race leader, Jack Clevenger, in car number 78. He had 4 to 5 tenths of a second lead there at the start-finish line. It's now dropped down to less than 3 tenths. It's down to 2 tenths of a second. They both roll the bottom through 3 and 4. 3 laps left to run here at the final heat race of the night. And boy, the best heat race of the night so far. Clevenger, Salas is on the rear bumper. Once again, the tail tank of that 78 machine. Salas going to rip the lip in 3 and 4. Get a run. Clevenger stays right in the groove. He will stay right through the, not through the slick. Clevenger gets into the wall. Salas back to the race lead. Salas will go back to the top, down into turn number 3, off for turn number 4. Clevenger through the middle, but Isaac Salas is going to lead lap number 7. And you would think that he should have enough to hold on here for the final heat race of the night. 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag about to come out here for Isaac Salas. He gets the win in heat race number 3. Clevenger home in 2nd. Brandon Dittmer 3rd. Randy Shreves 4th. 5th we go to Joe Backus. Talon Ulibarri in 6th. And Roger Craig home in position number 7. We'll take a look at those results very quickly before we take a break. Salas gets the win over Clevenger, Dittmer, Shreves, Backus, Ulibarri and Craig. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back with your main event on the other side of this.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate TV and to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Monday Night Madness, time for Oshweekend Speedway. It is now time for the Malcolm Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 Wings Sprint Car main event. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at your starting lineup. We'll quickly go through this one because we've only got a short amount of time for the 23 drivers. It's going to be Jack Hitt alongside Brian Lawson on the front row. Row number 2, we'll see Isaac Salas and Trent Verstraeten line up alongside of each other. Row 3, Connor Ross alongside Jack Clevenger. Row number 4, Stephen Stewart alongside GJ Boydell. Then we go back to row number 5, Brandon Dittler and Steve Mora. Row 6 going to be Andy Patton and Randy Shreves. Row 7, Gavin Chatham alongside Stephen Bixler. Row number 8 will be Joe Backus and Gary Offit. Row 9, Greg Parmalee and Talon Ulibarri. Row number 10 going to be Brad Waiton and Zach Neubauer. Row 11, Roger Craig alongside Kurt Chancer and Mike Cranmer to make up the final starter in tonight's main event. As the lights just been given the 1-2 green signal. Kurt Schatzer missed the start of this one, so unfortunately he will not take any further part in the Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness for the Rebels 360 Wing Sprint Car division, thanks to Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding. Boy, that is a tongue twister and a half. I'll get that one eventually, but top 5 from the main event will earn an invitation to the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Wing Sprint Cars after this one. But it's time to go racing. 30 laps on the board. Oshweekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness. It is time for the Rebels 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Thanks to Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding. Your main event is underway. Green flag is out. And it's going to be Jack Hitt to get the jump. Brian Lawson trying to shut the door on Isaac Salas, but Salas going to quickly move into position number 2. Here comes Connor Ross to the inside as they fight for track position. Salas alongside Verstraeten. Verstraeten upstairs, Verstraeten into the wall, Connor Ross down to the inside. Ross is now going to move to position number 3, make that second down into turn number 3. He catches the wall. Jack Hitt still your race leader. Will go yellow. Let's change one thing here very quickly. Just bear with me, folks. There we go, just like that. We are back. Take a look at an instant replay to see what happened. Oh, there is Talon Ulibarri. 3 wide. Oh, Ulibarri and the 46 car of Joe Backus. Just coming together, the full machine as well, Greg Parmalee. So that's the reason for the caution flag this evening. We're back live. How about this? Jack Hitt out in front. Jack Hitt, your race leader. The lights still on. And the 22 starters in tonight's main event. So it'll be 2 down, 28 to go. Remember, top 5 will earn an invite to the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Here for the Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. All open setups this evening. So this is what they call the B division. A division will be up after this, which is the Renegades and again the Rebels. Your B division, top 5, again we'll get an invitation to the Renegades, but for right now your Rebels division is under yellow for the first time in tonight's main event. Jack Hitt in the 217 machine. Looks like we're going to send him around one more time. So the field not quite ready. So 10 o'clock Eastern as well, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Plum Wild Podcast, Super Late Models, live from the virtual Knoxville Raceway, presented by Northwest Racing Association. We're live across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all the social media pages covered on that one, just like what you are seeing right now here with the Coast to Coast Racing League. And of course, we're live tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for the Coast to Coast Racing League. I'll be back with those guys come Thursday night for your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder with the RSN Trackside 358s and Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds from Charlotte this week. But right now, Weedsport Speedway, Oshweekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness is back underway. And coming after your race leader, Isaac Salas, all over the back of Jack Hit down the front straight away. Hit will go to the low side. He'll slide it to the middle, leave the door open there for Isaac Salas. Your challenge, your battle is on for the race lead. Salas is just going to work it down to the inside, nearly catches the wall. Here comes Jack Hit with a run on the outside, and Jack Hit still going to lead down the start-finish line. He'll go upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Connor Ross into the wall. Isaac Salas, new leader at turn number 3. He'll slide it up, right up across the nose of the 217. And Salas is going to lead what is now lap number 5. Still 25 to go. Expect maybe Isaac Salas to lead this one for the rest of the race. But I tell you what, you don't count out Jack Hit just yet. Anything can happen here in the main event. We'll go back and look through this field. Look at these battles happening right now. Look at the 99 of Gavin Chatham, cuts it down to the inside. Boy, nearly the left rear, nearly catching the right front there of Randy Shreves in car number 56. Jack Clevenger in the 78 machine, trying to get a run on the outside of GJ Boydell as Gavin Chatham comes to the inside. Brandon Dittmer into the wall, 3-1 for a moment. I thought Chatham was going to go upstairs. Now Clevenger going to slide up in front of Dittmer. Dittmer had to turn it back under, didn't come back right through the middle of the raceway. Meanwhile, good battle going up here. Trent Verstraeten into the wall in the 88 machine. He'll now give up what is third and fourth position to Connor Ross and Stephen Stewart. Your leader is still Isaac Salas. Chatham to the inside on Boydell. Boydell slides up from the middle to the cushion of the wing, right in the trunk. In the 014 machine, Clevenger in the 78. Now again, he sends it upstairs. It's right there when you come off turn number 4. It's the wall just sort of flattens out, it straightens up. You've really got to get your exit perfect here at the Weedsport Speedway. And we're already 10 laps into this main event. Make it 11, so 19 to run. Chatham got Brian Lawson in front of him right now in the number 9 machine. Is Lawson trying to come after Trent Verstraeten. That'll be for a top 5. Verstraeten finished in first position in the 358 modified, where Lawson, he came away with third place, and it was Anthony Morano who finished in the runner-up position. Morano obviously not in the sprint cars for the B division, for the Rebels division. On the see him later on in the Renegade, but right now it is Lawson Chatham wheel to wheel through turn number 1 and 2. Boy, a good green flag run here in this main event. Everybody showing a lot of respect here at the Weedsport Speedway Park. Boydell, Clevenger again, still working to the top side. You can just see Clevenger's got the wing in the trunk right now. Just there, you lose the moisture off turn number 4. That's where you've got to be real on. You've got to be off the gas a whole lot. Boydell back to the inside of Clevenger, down the back straight away. Isaac Salas has got a 1.5 second lead as we are in the lap traffic like Cranmer in the 70 machine, just holding his line through the middle. Verstraeten into the wall once again. Gavin Chatham will move to position number 5, and now Chatham coming after Stewart in the 47. Stewart gets into the back of Cranmer. Brian Lawson, 360. Boydell involved. We could be going yellow. We're staying green for the moment, so a nice little 360 from Brian Lawson. There's Chatham now getting by Verstraeten, but Verstraeten coming back at Chatham off turn number 4. Boy, Verstraeten has just found something there on the exit of turn number 4. It's back upstairs into turn number 1 and 2, and again the wing trunk right back at the 47 car as Gavin Chatham will move to position number 4. Boy, your leader Isaac Salas. He is off into the sunset. He's in a different zip code right now. Jack Hit still in the runner-up position. Connor Ross in third. And all barring probably a caution. I don't think we're going to see any of those 3 drivers because they've got 3 seconds on Gavin Chatham. Connor Ross in the 35, 3 wide on the inside. Jack Hit will go back to second, but now Roger Crane gets put a lap down. Jack Hit comes back at Connor Ross there, second and third on screen. The black, white and green 217 of Jack Hit. He's on the top of the racetrack. The white, blue and red number 35 machine. Oh boy, look out, Steve Mora getting put a lap down. Salas has lapped up to 14th position. And what a run this has been under the green flag conditions. Salas, there he is. He puts the 52 car, Zach Neubauer, a lap down. And Isaac Salas is just making this one look a whole lot easier than everybody else on the raceway. He comes after Brandon Dittmer in car number 82. He's got that car, as you can see, he's got that car for sale. So if you want some inquiries, message Brandon Dittmer on the social media pages. Dittmer going to go around. Oh boy, we could be going yellow now. He's off the racetrack. He's off the racetrack, which means we're going to stay green. There's your leader with 4 to run. Isaac Salas, and you go back to Jack Hitt in second spot. There he is on screen trying to get by Zach Neubauer in that 52 machine. He's got a 1.6 second gap to your race leader, who has got 3 laps left to run. Neubauer trying to stay low, but no, Jack Hitt comes through. And Connor Ross goes around the outside, second and third once again. Ross to the inside on Hitt down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Connor Ross having second with just 2 laps left to run. Ross going to the top. He'll run the slide line, in fact, through 1 and 2. Oh, we are yellow just as your leader was coming to the white flag. Steve Mora in the 888 machine. Roger Craig involved in that one. So just like that, a 1.6 second lead has evaporated, which now means we come to a green-white checker. Well. This is going to be interesting. A green-white checker here to finish up. Salas with the lights out on the Steve King Foundation, iRacing.com safety car. Two to run. Can Salas hold on? Connor Ross second, Jack Hitt in third. Back to the green we go, and 2 laps for Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Malcolm's, Mills, Mill Riding, Rebels 360 wing sprint cars, and well, off into the sunset he goes once again. Ross trying to fight back on the inside, but the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go here for Isaac Salas. Ross, can he have an opportunity down the back straight away? Not close enough, 4/10 of a second into turn number 3, about to come off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, and Isaac Salas is going to win. Your Rebels, Malcolm's Mills, Mill Running 360 main event portion of the night for the Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness Series. Let's take a look at your feature race results coming up. Isaac Salas gets the win, Connor Ross second, Jack Hitt in third. We'll chat to those 3 drivers here in a few moments' time. Then you go back to Gavin Chatham, Trent Verstraeten make up your top 5. Stephen Stewart, Randy Shreves, Brad Waite, Andy Patton and Jack Clevenger make up your top 10 drivers here in your main event. GJ Boydell in 11, Zach Neubauer in 12, Joe Backus, Talon Ulibarri, Gary Offit to round out your top 15. Then you go back to Mike Cranmer, Roger Craig, Steve Moore, Brandon Dittmer and Brian Lawson, your top 20, and then Stephen Bixler alongside Greg Parmalee in the 21st and 22nd finishing positions. Well, that's 2 of the 3 done. Let's chat to your top 3 here in just a few moments' time. We are just waiting on 3rd place driver of Jack Hitt to make his way into where he needs to be, but For now, I think we're going to go with the man that comes home in second place tonight. It's the 35 car of Connor Ross. Connor, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Not only was that a second place finish, but you also get an invite to the Dylan West Racebrook Renegades division for the 360 wing sprint. Guys, I mean, first off, how'd you find that there after that 30 lap main event?
I felt great. I just had to stick to what I set my car up for, and that was the bottom. I knew if I was able to hit it good, it would have been great. But they were running that slider line in 1 and 2, and I just didn't go test it out early enough. And then finally, I tested out there, and that's kind of how I made my pass on Jack. And then I knew if I was gonna have to pass Isaac, it was gonna have to be bottom. And I tried it and didn't work out. But congrats to Isaac.
It was always going to be tough to get past Isaac there, especially with only 2 laps left to run there on that final green-white checker. You had to sort of make your mark. You had to sort of make your move there on the restart. But I tell you what, second place. What did you learn from that feature event? And are we going to see you in the Renegades division?
Unfortunately, no. I'm just gonna run the B series tonight. But no, that track was Weedsport's such a tricky track, and that's why I like it. If you set the car up and can run the bottom, it'll be fast all night, and if you can run the top, you'll be fast all night. And that's why I like Weedsport. You got 2 good grooves and lap traffic. That played a huge factor, and I thought it was going to slow Isaac down, and it didn't. But it let me catch up to Jack and get the pass for second. So it was a good night, but I got to thank my Gambler Motorsports teammates. I know they're not here, but I got to thank Burger Bar and Petro Plus, Ace One Construction, Kingpin Farms, Retail Design Group, and you for putting on a broadcast, and Coast to Coast for another amazing league.
Connor, well done on second place here tonight. We'll see you whenever we see you, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Connor Ross, second spot. And what was going to be first place, we've decided to get ourselves involved with the third place driver here tonight. It's Jack Hitt. Jack, congratulations on third place finish here tonight. Boy, I tell you what, you led this field to the green flag. You come home third place. There was a whole lot of lap traffic there towards the end of that one. But, man, third place after all. You got to be happy with that one?
Yeah, super happy with that one. Don't really usually do well at this track. So, yeah, definitely happy.
What is it about this racetrack that you seem to struggle about?
Probably taking the right line because I like to go where everybody's not, and it kind of ends up being bottom of 1 and 2. So normally I'm trying to make the high side work and get in the wall or something, just being too aggressive and making mistakes. But kind of tucked it in behind Isaac there and tried to keep it close.
Now, top 5 get an invitation to the Renegades division for the Dylan Westbrook Racing. Are we going to see you in the Renegades division here in a moment's time?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Well, what do you learn from this race here in this main event that you can, prepare yourself for the main event coming up here very shortly?
Patience, and throttle control.
Jack, well done on third place. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved in this 217 car.
Yeah, I got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. Thanks for everybody behind the scenes putting on the league. My wife for giving me the time to do this, and all the guys that show up and make these such great races.
Jack, well done on third place. We'll see you back in the 360 Renegade division very shortly, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Jack Hitt home in third place. Samuel, your winner. He's used to victory tonight. Isaac Salas. It's salsa time, baby.
That's what I like to hear. It's salsa time.
Boy, I tell you what, lap traffic. You were carving through it like there was no tomorrow. You ended up getting up to 12th position. Did you think that you were going to get up to? Did you think you were going to lap up to as far as what you did?
No, to be honest with you, when all those guys were side by side, I was like, man, I have no idea where to go. And I got real lucky. I passed like most of them in just one lap, so that made it pretty awesome.
Of course, the top 5 get the invitation to the Renegades division. No doubt that this 5 car is going to make its way to the Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegade division, right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna try our hand at it.
What do you take from this one to get yourself prepared for that one? Because no doubt there's going to be a lot of good cars once again, all vying for that number 1 position.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is I got a little bit of the track sense under my belt now. Throttle control in the corners is going to help for sure, but I mean, just going to tweak this setup just the tiniest bit, and try to go even faster than I was this time.
Well, if you go even faster than what you were now, it's surely going to be one. It's surely going to be an exciting race to see you in the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades division. Isaac, congratulations on the victory. Before we let you go and celebrate, of course, a very short celebration that is. We'll let you thank everybody involved on this 5-car.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. Big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean Super Dirt Car Series for all the support, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your 6 Racing Network, Arson Trackside, Mission 22, my Gramps with Top Notch Trucking, my friends, my family. Thank you for the awesome broadcast yet again. And but yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight.
Isaac, well done on the win. We'll see you back shortly.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Isaac Salas with the win in your Oshweekend Speedway. Monday Night Madness, Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding Rebels 360 Wing Sprint Car Division. Of course, that will wrap up what is race number 2 of 3 here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Race 2 of 4 live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We've still got quite a fair bit of racing still to come, but for now, we're going to take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back, we'll pay some bills, and get ready for the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Wing Sprint Car portion of the evening. Thanks to Oshweekend Speedway here on your Monday Night Madness. So stick around, and we're not going anywhere just yet. We will be right back after these quick commercial breaks.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion, trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight when we were talking about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
coast would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV and live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network here for the Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness Series tonight. It is wrapping up for the third race with the Coast to Coast Racing League and live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call. Dylan Westbrook Racing, 360 Wing Sprint Cars, the Renegades division known as the A division, are getting ready to tackle this tight little racetrack, the technical racetrack of Weedsport Speedway. We've got a field of 24, potentially 25 drivers that have signed in to the pit area for tonight. Don't forget, after this one wraps up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and on Ultimate Dirt TV, we will have the Plum Wild podcast It is going to be the super late models at the Knoxville Raceway, presented by the Northwest Racing Association. They're just getting the final few things done here in this little practice session. So again, we're not too far away. Again, we're just waiting on just a driver or two. But format for tonight, we're almost wrapped up the practice session. We'll go qualifying. There'll be 2 minutes. Each driver will hit the racetrack at the same time. They have 2 laps to get around to set the fastest time. 6 laps for the heat races. Top 4 will advance to the feature event. However, from qualifying, there is going to be an inversion of 4. We won't see a C main. We potentially see a B main here this evening. So keep an eye on the 4th spot through the heat races. And then we'll see a B main warm-up session and then our 35-lap main event. We get ready right now as it is time right now for your qualifying. Here for the Dylan Westbrook Racing Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Again, we bring you live action live right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, and it is showtime, folks, because we go racing and we go qualifying. Take a look at the drivers as they get ready to work their magic. Terry Landis in the 161 machine will be one of the first cars to get a lap time in. We'll see Terry. We'll see what he can do when he stops the speed charts here. It's going to be third quick with a 14.209. A 14.209. Trent Verstraeten with a 13.854 on lap number 1. Lap number 2 a whole lot quicker, and he's going to go to position number 3, I think it is. Yes, it is, with a 13.663. Donovan Ross in the PDC number 5 machine, 13.691 on lap number 1. Lap number 2 is going to be quick time with a 13.397. Blake Chapman on screen in the KSR. Number 20 machine. 8th quick with a 13.720. A 13720. 25 drivers signed into the pits tonight. Blake Chapman going to be slower there on lap number 2 as Kyle Moonen rolls out onto the racetrack driving the Velocity Race Designs number 24 machine. 3rd quick with a 13.595. A 13.595. 23 cars have taken time. We're missing John Short. We're missing Ross Carrenta. Kyle Moonen 3rd quick with a 13.561. The 13.561. And that will wrap up the qualifying session. Let's take a look at your results. So it's going to be Donovan Ross going quick time. We'll see 4 heats on the program. Donovan Ross, Brendan Lacey, Kyle Moon, and Keith Jackson. Those drivers are going to start position number 4 in the 4 heat races. Everybody else, well, everybody else going to get seated in the heat racing action as we get set for what is heat race number 1. Here for the Dylan Westbrook Racing Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Jack Hitt in the 217 lines up on pole. Blake Chapman in car 20 lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3 is going to be Stephen Goldner in car number 30 from position number 4. Your fast time man, Donovan Ross, lines up the 5 machine from position number 4. We go back to your 5th starter in car number 11. It is Chad Coate from position number 6. Driving the 513 car, the Malcolms Mills mill riding entry. It is Jeffrey Barker. And we go back to your 7th and final starter in car number 51. It's the KSR entry of John Short to start position number 7. So waiting for our pole setter of Jack Hitt to make his way onto the racing surface. There he goes. He's on. Our 7 cars are ready. The racing.com Steve King Foundation pace truck should get the Wonder Green signal. Weedsport Speedway playing host to your Monday Night Madness Oshweekend Speedway Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegades Division. Who will take out heat number 1? Remember, top 4 will go through to the main event. The lights are out on the pace truck. It'll take a right-hand turn into pit lane, and we'll see Hitt and Chapman on the front row. Dylan Westbrook Racing, Renegades, 360 Wing Sprint Cars here at Weedsport on Osh Weekend Monday Night Madness. The Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness series is green as we are working down the back straightaway. Hit has got the race lead over Blake Chapman. Hit just finished up with the podium in the Rebels division, but it's going to be the experience of Blake Chapman leading the way. Stephen Goldner finds himself in third position. Then you go back to Donovan Ross in fourth. He's in the fourth and final transfer position. There's your top four on screen. Chad Coe, Jeffrey Barker go wheel to wheel. Position number 5 and 6. Challenge on for the race leaders. Jack Hit works the bottom side on Blake Chapman through 1 and 2, and Hit's got the run. He's got the lead down the back straightaway. Hit will slide it up in front of Chapman. Chapman turns it back underneath, nearly catching the inside wall on the exit of turn number 4. And now Chapman going to stay low through 1 and 2. Here comes Stephen Goldner with a run. Your top 3 on screen. Boy, they're putting it on, and they're putting on a show. Here at Heat Race number 1, Chapman back to the inside of Hit. Hit is still going to lead what is lap number 4, and there's 2 to run, and your top 3 are on screen. Chapman back to the race lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Hit trying to send it upstairs, but I think the bottom side is just too good right now. The white flag is out, 1 lap left to go. Hit nearly gets into the back of Chapman. Chapman drives away as now Goldner comes to the inside of Jack Hit, down into 3 and 4. Final time. Checkered flag is out. Blake Chapman will win. Stephen Goldner second just at the line. Third is going to be Jack Hit. Donovan Ross in fourth. Let's take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Top 4 go to the main event. Blake Chapman, Stephen Goldner, Jack Hit, and Donovan Ross. Off to the 35-lap main event. Jeffrey Barker, Chad Cote, John Short. Off to the B main they go. Heat number 2 will line up like this, and on the pole position will be the 31 car of Brandon Templeton. To the outside, the 39, Patrick Spangler lines up out of position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 88, or be the 88 this time with Trent Verstraeten. He'll start alongside the 14 car of Brennan Lacey in the Velocity Race Designs number 14 machine from position number 4. And your third and final row, positions number 5 and 6. From 5, it's car number 7 of Bob DeGood. And from position number 6, driving the Osh Weekend Speedway, Malcolm's Mills, mill riding car number 34 car. The Pitside Podcast, Coast Coast Racing League car 34 of Gary Taylor. Lights are out. Green flag. Up and away we go. Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Your Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegades division has got the green flag, and we'll see Brandon Templeton, Patrick Spangler to lead this experienced field down through 1 and 2, and it's going to be Brandon Templeton. Again, down to the low side, he'll slide it up to the concrete wall down the front straightaway. Spangler with a run now. Spangler going upstairs. Then you go back to Brennan Lacey back there into position number 3. Here comes Spangler for the race league and a challenge Brandon Templeton. Templeton stays low. Spangler stays upstairs and around the outside of the line. Giving up 1 position there to Patrick Spangler. Lacey now coming up to Spangler as they work down the back straightaway. Templeton back to position number 3. Trent Verstraeten in the 4th and final transfer position. Then you go back to Bob DeGood and Gary Taylor. Taylor fresh off a chili bowl race a couple of weeks ago. Verstraeten closing in right now on the 31 car, Brandon Templeton. Meanwhile, you've almost got a challenge for the race lead. You've got 2 laps left to run. Verstraeten on the inside of Templeton. Templeton just struggling to come to grips with this racetrack here at the Weedsport Speedway venue. Lacey now trying to come after Patrick Spangler with the Training Wheels Racing number 39 machine. He looks good through 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Final time into corner number 3. Lacey going to dive it down to the inside. Not going to have enough. Patrick Spangler will win. Spangler will win your second heat race of the night. We, of course, will take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Patrick Spangler gets the win over Brennan Lacey, home in 2nd spot. 3rd will go to Brandon Templeton. Trent Verstraeten home in 4th. And those 4 drivers lock into your 35-lap main event. For Bob DeGood, Gary Taylor, well, off to the B main they go, known as the consolation race. Heat number 3 going to line up like this. And on the pole position, driving car number 36, driving the Velocity Race Designs entry, that is Barry Goldner. Kyle Sargent lines up the DNT Designs number 91 machine from position number 2. From position number 3, your Velocity Race Designs Bandy-built race number 49 entry of Jesse Bandy from 3. And driving the Velocity Race Designs number 24 machine of Kyle Moonen. We'll start on the outside of the second row. Row 3 on the inside and outside, driving the 72 machine. That is Zach Chapman from position number 5, and Terry Landis rolls off the 161 machine from position at number 6. Forgot where I was up to on that one. Heat race number 3. Steve King Foundation at iRacing.com. Safety car, the pace truck, is about to make its way off the racing surface. Final race of the night. Not this one, I mean the final of the 3 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and on the for the Coast to Coast Racing League, Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Barry Goldner, Kyle Sargent, get the green flag and we're underway. And look out, here comes Jesse Bandy on the inside going for the race lead, and he's got it. Oh boy, the 91 car of Sargent, and it is calamity there. Sargent just going to pull it up there on the front straightaway. You've got a feel for Jesse Bandy. He's now back in what is position number 4. 5th is Barry Goldner. So Kyle Sargent realising he made a little bit of a boo-boo. And he's just decided to bring it back to the pits. He doesn't want to start anywhere in front of the cars that were just involved in that one. So Sargent back to 6. He'll have to come from the B main. Kyle Moonen, your race leader, halfway home. In heat race number 3 of 4 for the Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness here in the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Winged Sprint Car Division for winter season week number 7. Zach Chapman in the 2 machine finds himself in the runner-up position. Terry Landis finds himself in 3rd. Then you go back to the 49 car of Jesse Bandy in the 4th and final transfer spot. Barry Goldner in the 36th in position number 5. And of course, Kyle Sargent back to the pits with the white flag is out. 1 lap left to run. And the fast heat races are upon us as we work into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Kyle Moonen gets the win over Zach Chapman, Terry Landis, and Jesse Bandy. That'll be your top 4. Then we see Barry Goldner, I should say, come home in position number 5. Let's take a look at your official results up on screen. Kyle Moonen, Zach Chapman, Terry Landis, Jesse Bandy, your top 4 to the main event, to your 35-lap main event for Goldner and Sargent. Well, off to the B main they go as heat number 4 lines up like this. Jesse Atkinson lines up the 127 machine from position number 1. Isaac Salas will line up the 5 machine from position number 2. From 3, it'll be the 42 car of Tyler Wilson. From 4, driving the PDC entry of Keith Jackson. He'll start from position number 4. Then we go back to your final 2 starters in caliber 218. It's the 218 from position number 5. It's Kurt Schatzer. And driving the Phantom Motorsports Velocity Race Designs M9 number 10 machine from position number 6. That is Ross Corinta. Final heat race of the night. Which 4 drivers will lock themselves into the main event. Heat 4, Dylan Westbrook Racing, Renegades 360 Wing Sprint Cars, and your Renegades division is underway. Isaac Salas picked up the win in the Rebels 360 main event. Of course, he earned an invitation here to the Renegades for the Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegade division, and it's going to be Jesse Atkins and Isaac Salas. It was almost a dead heat at the start-finish time, but give the lead to Isaac Salas. Not by much, because here comes Jesse Atkinson back with a run. Oh my, Ross Corinta. Boy, he's sending it in deep down into 3 and 4. Banging wheels with the 13 car of Keith Jackson. Here comes Tyler Wilson trying to make it 3 wide through the middle. That he does so. Battle on for the lead. Battle on for the final transfer spot. Where do you look? If only we had 2 screens going. We normally do, but we don't at the moment. Jackson in position number 3. Wilson in 3. Jackson in 5th position, battling with Corinta in the 10 machine. 2 to run at the start finish line, and it's going to be Jackson who had fourth at the line. Wilson hits the inside wall there with the front of the race car in the 42 machine. And Corinta still got an opportunity. He sends it in deep into turn 3 and 4, one on the top shelf where Grandma hides the cookie from Grandpa. White flag is out, one to run for your race leader of Isaac Salas, and down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3, off for turn number 4. Who's it going to be? Isaac Salas in the win. Jesse Atkinson home in second, Tyler Wilson third. Fourth will go to Ross Corinta. We'll take a look at your results. Salas, Atkinson, Wilson, Corinta, your top 4. Jackson and Chatzer off to the B main. They go. B main will line up like this for the 9 cars. It's going to be Jeffrey Barker and Bob DeGood will start from positions number 1 and 2 on the front row. 3rd and 4 starter in run number 2, Barry Golden on the inside. From 3, from 4, it's Keith Jackson in car number 13. From 5, it's the 11 of Chad Coate. From 6, the 34 of Gary Taylor. From 7, the 91 of Kyle Sargent. From 8, the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. And from 9, it's the 51 entry of John Short. I don't know how we ended up with 2 screens. Just there. I didn't press nothing. What is my hotkey for that? My hotkey is that one. Oh, maybe that. Alright, here we go. It is B main time and Bob DeGood missed the start, which means 8 cars. 8 laps will do battle, and it's only going to be the 8 cars. So these 8 cars are just going to start a battle for starting positions. So Bob DeGood unfortunately missing this B main, which of course will move up the outside row. So Keith Jackson is now going to start on the outside of the front row. Here we go, B main action, 8 laps on the board. And Barker's going to lead from Jackson. You go back to Goldner and Chad Coate working side by side, but it's going to be Jeffrey Barker to lead from Keith Jackson as Jackson now closes in on your race leader on the exit of turn number 2, and it's the 513 car of Barker. Pretty handy in a modified, getting it done here in the B-Main competition for the 360 Wing Sprint Cars, your Renegades division, presented by Dylan Westbrook Racing, live here on Coast to Coast Racing Network, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, your Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness Series. And the final race for the Coast to Coast Racing guys. 10 o'clock Eastern, a little over an hour's time. One more race live on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll explain more of that one once we wrap up the show. Right now, you're still watching Barker, Jackson, and Coate 1, 2, and 3. Coate to the top side. Barker and Jackson were both worked to the low side through 1 and 2. Goldner just going right through the middle. Look at this, 3 wide. Look out! Kurt Schatzer, Kyle Sargent, along with John Short, having a nice little 3-way dance right here for positions number 5, 6, and 7. And Short has got 5th spot down into turn 3. Here comes Kyle Sargent. Again, it's just that drive on the exit of turn number 4. It's good right up until they get on the front straightaway. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go. Battle is on once again for the race leader. There was a battle on for the race leader. It's just a 10th of a second between Jeffrey Barker and Keith Jackson. Chad Coate into the wall once again. Final time back straight away into turn number 3. About to make their way off corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Jeffrey Barker getting the win in B-Main competition. Let's take a look at your results. There is your results. Jeffrey Barker, Keith Jackson, Chad Coate, Barry Goldner, John Short, your top 5, Kyle Sargent, Kurt Schatzer, and Gary Taylor. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back in just a few short moments. On the other side of this, the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades main event, 35 laps on the other side of this.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? from coast to coast. It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Osh Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness in the final race of the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Wings Sprint Cars coming to you live from the virtual Weedsport Spa, Weedsport Speedway. Good evening, race fans. Brent Wheeler with you for the call. Let's quickly go through your starting lineup for tonight's main event. Blake Chapman alongside Patrick Spangler in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Kyle Moonen and Isaac Salas. Row 3 going to be Stephen Goldner alongside Brennan Lacey. Row 4 going to be Zach Chapman and Jesse Atkinson. Row 5 will be Jack Hitt alongside Brandon Templeton. Row 6 will be Terry Landis alongside Tyler Wilson. Row 7 Donovan Ross and Trent Verstratton. Row 8 Jesse Bandy alongside Ross Carinta. Row number 9 Jeffrey Barker alongside Keith Jackson, your B-main winner and transferees. Chad Coate alongside Barry Goldner in row number 10. Row 11 will be John Short, Kyle Sargent, and row number 12, Kurt Schatzer alongside Gary Taylor. The lights are out, and 35 laps is on the board. 24 starters getting set to do battle here at Weedsport Speedway. In what is your Monday Night Madness, thanks to Osh Weekend Speedway, it is the Dylan Westbrook Racing Renegades 360 Wings Sprint Cars. winter season, week number 7, live from Weedsport. Ladies and gentlemen, your A main event. 35 laps on the board. And we are live for 35 as the green flag flies. Chapman and Spangler. It's going to be Blake Chapman. Brennan Lacey goes through the middle and will pick up a couple of positions, getting by Stephen Goldner in the 30 machine and Isaac Salas as the opening lap will belong to Blake Chapman. Spangler trying the low side, just getting the car just a little loose there as Carl Moonen wraps around the outside of the number 24 machine as they work down into 3 and 4 for the second time at 35 laps. Moonen just got a little bit spooked and the car just drifted up towards the concrete wall there to turn 4 towards the front straightaway. Lacey along with Stephen Goldner battling it out for positions number 4 and 5, and we are yellow. Or the 11 car of Chad Coe. Okay, we're looking at Donovan Ross, 5 machine. Oh, nowhere to go, just happening in front of him. Carinta just there, just gets into the back of what looks like, I think was Landis. It was Terry Landis in the 161 machine. They just all happened in front of Donovan Ross, Bandy. We've got Chad Cote involved, Keith Jackson in the 13 machine. And you just never can tell, unfortunately. And back up towards this field. So we've seen this in the Rebels division. We had an early caution, but then we went green all the way until we got to what was 2 to go. Then we've seen a green-white checker. The lights are out on the Steve King Foundation. No, they come back on. So 2 to green for the moment. So back racing on Wednesday night for the Flatline Racing Body's Hometown Heroes. Joe White, OSRN, will have the call for that one alongside with live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. He'll have fixed 305, the Flatline Racing Body's 305s, sprint cars at Lernerville, then he'll have the Flatline Racing Bodies fixed 360s at Lernerville, followed by the Flatline Racing Bodies midgets at Lernerville, and then to wrap up the night it is the NASCAR pickups at Kansas Road. Again, all live, all 4 of those races live on OSRN and of course live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Then of course we come back Thursday night live on Ultimate Dirt TV and live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. Lights are out, so we'll talk more about what's on the schedule. But for now, here in the Osh Weekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness, still at Westbrook Racing, main event. We're back green. With 32 laps left to run. Spangler's got Moonen on the inside. Spangler going to drift it all the way upstairs in turn number 4 as here comes Kyle Moonen. Will he go for the slider into turn number 1 and 2? He's going to go right. He's going to slide it to the middle of the racetrack. And he's going to find the moisture down the back straightaway as he gets an inches past the 39 car of Spangler. And I'll tell you what, Kyle Moonen looks pretty good in the early parts of this main event. But we've still got 30 laps left to run. Speaking of 30s, here comes Stephen Goldner in car number 30. He's just on the outside of a podium position right now, watching that number 20. As Blake Chapman watching the 30 on screen. As you can see, the 24 of Kyle Moonen alongside the 39 of Patrick Spangler. They were side by side down the front straightaway on the previous lap as Goldner comes to the inside of Moonen. We go yellow. 72 car of Zach Chapman. Around, let's see what happens here on instant replay. Ooh, Jacket just caught him. Jacket just caught him. You will respect his authority. Unfortunately, just making that one little mistake there. there. Bang was the contact. And enough to send the 72 car around of Chapman. That's Zach Chapman in car 72. So he'll go to the tail end of the field. So again, Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder, RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds from Charlotte, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modifieds from Charlotte, live on Ultimate Dirt TV and the Coast to Coast Racing Network, followed up by the Extreme eSpeed TV Pro Late Models, live on Extreme eSpeed TV, along with Coast to Coast Racing Network. And then, of course, to wrap up the night, it is the NASCAR Xfinity cars go to Kansas Road, staying with Extreme eSpeed TV. And of course, the Friday Night Lights, the Dirt Track Bank, I'll have 358 Modifieds, Pro Late Models and 360s, all from Charlotte, live on Got Your Six Racing Network. And of course, next week, the big one, week number 8, Coast to Coast Speed Week for the Steve King Foundation, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. A whole lot of racing to come next week. We'll chat about that one here in a few moments' time. But for now, we are ready to get us back underway. And the green flag comes out in a very late start there from the race leader, Blake Chapman. Barney gets a good jump on the rest of the field. Patrick Spangler, Kyle Moonen. Again, they resume their battle for second and third, down into 3 and 4. And Spangler, has he got it on turn number 4? Yes, he does. Spangler's got it. Brennan Lacey coming after Stephen Goldner. So 4 cars doing battle for 1 in second, third, fourth and fifth position. Although Spangler breaks away from Moonen, Lacey and Goldner. Now it's left to Moonen and Lacey to battle it out for the final spot on the podium. Give it to Kyle Moonen. Goldner nearly gets into the back of Brennan Lacey, but done enough to check up in that number 30 machine. Good driving there by the 30 of Stephen Goldner. Isaac Salas, your main event winner. From the Rebels 360, here comes Tyler Wilson. Trying to make a run on the inside. Jesse Atkinson in the 127 machine. Back up third, fourth and fifth position. Once again, Kyle Moonen, Brennan Lacey and Stephen Goldner. Great battle going on. Meanwhile, your leader, Blake Chapman, is starting to get run down by the 39 car of Patrick Spangler. We're 12 laps into this 35-lap main event. Still 23 to run on the start-finish line. Still watching Lacey, Goldner and Moonen. Lacey and Goldner in the 14 and the 30 machine. The 24 of Kyle Moonen. Goldner in the 30. Lacey in the 14. Here comes Isaac Salas. Oh, mistake from Spangler. Spangler made a huge mistake. He got up way high on the exit of turn number 4 and caught the concrete wall. He's now going to fall back to position number 6, and after running in second, now that's going to open up the battle for what is now going to be second, third and fourth position. So 3 cars will battle out for the final 2 spots on the podium. Your race leader, Blake Chapman, will see 20 laps on the board for car number 20. 15 down, just 2 cautions so far in the main event. Brennan Lacey finds his way to the runner-up position. Here in the main event, boy, I tell you what, you're still none the wiser in who's going to take out the final 2 spots on the podium. Will we see lap traffic? We got into lap traffic in the Rebels division, where Isaac Salas really showed his class. Stephen Goldner once again closed in, nearly tapped the rear crash bar of the 14 car, Brennan Lacey. Lacey again working the low side, but it's still Kyle Moonen who has the runner-up spot. Moonen goes upstairs once again. Lacey and Goldner still work to the bottom in the middle of the race rate. And I'm going to say second, third and fourth position. They were all running different lines through 1 and 2 there on the previous lap. Spangler's found his way to position number 5. Not sure what happened to Isaac Salas to fall back to that 8th spot on the raceway. You don't really want to take your eye off second, third and fourth position. Now make it third and fourth position as Brennan Lacey starting to feel the pressure from Stephen Goldner once again. Driving the Velocity Race Designs Vanderbilt number 30 machine. Goldner to the middle of the speedway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Lacey nearly catches the wall on the inside just as he makes the pass on the outside. Will go yellow. Kurt Schatzer in the 218 machine stuck there up on the concrete wall. Oh, just nowhere to go. So Trent Verstraeten caught the inside wall. Verstraeten just catches the inside wall. Corinta nowhere to go. Corinta had the car sideways in front of Kurt Schatzer. And the two cars of Corinta and Chance have just come together. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you can make a mini sprint. So next week, Flatline Racing, Bonnie's, Steve King Foundation, Speed Week for Coast to Coast, week number 8. The Next Gen Cup cars on Sunday night, the Premier Door Company, night number 1. The Next Gen Cup cars from the Coliseum and the Jewel. And then Monday night, for night number 2, for We Let the Dogs Out For You. It will start off with the Open 360s at 1:30 p.m. The Mora Farm Management 305s at 2:15. But the We Let the Dogs Out For You starting at 7 o'clock Eastern. Pro Late Models at Volusia. Arca from Daytona. Then we go Tuesday night, Gambler Motorsports night number 3. UMPs from Volusia and the trucks at Daytona. Wednesday night, the Salty Dogs night number 4. The Training Wheels Racing 360 wing sprint cars from Volusia and the Xfinities from Daytona. And then Thursday night, it is going to be the 358 Modifieds from Cedar Lake, followed by the NASCAR trucks at Charlotte. And of course, to wrap up what is going to be, in fact, there'll be more on the program. We'll quickly go yellow. So Venom Racing night number 5, the 358 Modifieds also from Volusia. The next gen from Daytona. And then we have the Friday Night Lights Dirt Track Bank 358s Pro Late Models and 360s from Lernerville Speedway. So fair bit of racing. Fair bit of racing next week for the Coast to Coast Speed Week for the Steve King Foundation, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. Night number 1, Premier Door Company. Night number 2, We Let the Dogs Out For You. Night 3, thanks to Gambler Motorsports, Salty Dogs. Night number 4, Venom Racing. Night number 5, and then back to the Friday Night Lights to wrap up this one. But for now, we are waiting for the lights to go out on the Steve King Foundation iRacing.com safety car. Again, just under an hour away from Ultimate Dirt TV, coming back live with the Plum Wild Podcast Super Late Models from the Knoxville Raceway, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Final 15, make that 14 laps, is upon us here with the Osh Weekend Speedway. Monday Night Madness, Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 wing sprint cars, your Renegades division. Live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So getting ready to bring us back to the green flag. Blake Chapman, Kyle Moonen front row. 21 down, 14 remaining. Who will it be? And Blake Chapman gets the moisture on the bottom side, leaving everybody in the slick to go back racing here in the main event. Brennan Lacey immediately dives down to the inside. Lacey's got the wing tucked back in the number 14 machine as he now makes the pass on Kyle Moonen, but Kyle Moonen comes back at him right through the middle of turn number 3 and 4, and Moonen give Moonen back to runner-up position. Spangler meanwhile 39 machine coming after Stephen Goldner. 2 by 2 for second, third, fourth and fifth position right now. Middle, bottom and the top all working for second, third, fourth and fifth position. And again they go 2 by 2 down into 1 and 2. They ride Moonen, Spangler upstairs. Lacey and Goldner down working the inside like a bunch of gutter rats as they work off for turn number 4, and Blake Chapman will lead once again. Spangler still making it work on the top side of the racetrack. Spangler's going to go from a top 5, and now he'll go back to the podium position. We go back some 20 laps, 15 laps ago. He was in second before drama struck late early on in the main event to where he caught the wall, and he fell back to, as far as I want to say, 7th or 8th position. Stephen Goldner in car number 30 coming back after Spangler into 3 and 4. They run. Spangler's got third on the start finish line. Goldner comes back at him. Spangler hits the wall one more time. We're inside single-digit laps remaining here in the main event. The Oshweekend Speedway, Monday Night Madness. Dylan Westbrook Racing, 360 win sprint car, your Renegades division, the A division they like to call it. Stephen Goldner holding on to position number 3, but Spangler once again trying everything he can on the top side of the racetrack. Goldner just too good. Here comes Tyler Wilson, making his way into position number 5, gets by Brennan Lacey as Lacey just clouts the concrete wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Isaac Salas in 7th position. We are yellow. We are yellow one more time. Oh boy. Drama late in this one. And what should be as well. Single file restarts. Blake Chapman in car number 20. He has led since the drop of the green flag and he's been very tough to beat. Take a look, biggest movers down the bottom right of your screen. John Short up 9 positions. So from 23rd, no, 21st to 12th, John Short. Tyler Wilson is up 7 spots. So he's gone from 12th to 5th. Get ready to wrap up this final, what will be final 6 laps of competition. And make sure you subscribe to the Coast to Coast Racing Network YouTube. Live 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week. There's a lot of action live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Don't forget we are live on Ultimate Dirt TV as well. Coming back to the green flag off turn number 4, we're underway. What is just 6 laps left to run. Can Chapman, can he hold on? My guess is going to be yes, but you just never know with the final 5 laps. Lacey again trying to dive down to the inside on Tyler Wilson in the 42 machine. Meanwhile, Stephen Golden was trying to put some pressure on the 24 inch of Kyle Moonen. Moonen, half a second away from your race leader of Blake Chapman. Spangler down to the inside on Wilson as they work off for turn number 2, I should say, for 4th and 5th position. Wilson has got it, and boy, Tyler Wilson, one of the biggest movers through the field in this main event. He goes from 12th and he goes to position number 4. Goldner and Moonen again work at it, but it was Moonen to get the run on the exit at turn number 2. They both go right through the middle of the racetrack. They're probably half to 3/4 of the lane higher than what your race leader is at Blake Chapman to 3 and 4. But 2 laps left to run is all that separates Blake Chapman and a win here in the Oshweekend Speedway Monday Night Madness Series. Thanks to Dylan Westbrook Racing, and the white flag is out. We race it out to the start-finish line. Blake Chapman has got the white flag for the final time. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, about to come off turn number 4. Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegade main event winner is gonna be Blake Chapman. Second will go to Kyle Moon and Stephen Goldner to wrap up the podium. And what a way to finish up your winter season. Week number 7 here from Weedsport. For the Renegades division, thanks to Oshweekend Speedway. And your Monday Night Madness, your Dylan Westbrook Racing main event winner is going to be Blake Chapman. Kyle Moonen home in 2nd, Stephen Goldner 3rd, Brennan Lacey, Tyler Wilson 4th, Brennan Lacey rounds out your top 5, Patrick Spangler, Isaac Salas in 6 and 7, Jack Hitt 8, Trent Verstraeten 9, Keith Jackson going to make up your top 10. Jesse Bandy in 11th. 12th was Jeffrey Barker. 13th, John Short. Brandon Templeton, 14th. Jesse Atkinson rounds out your top 15. Barry Golden, 16th. Kyle Sargent, 17th. Chad Coate in 18th. Terry Landis, 19th. Zach Chapman rounds out your top 20. 21st is Ross Carinta. 22nd was Gary Taylor. And the last car on the lead lap, Kurt Schatzer, 13 laps down in 23rd position. And Donovan Ross What was 14 laps down in position number 24? So we'll chat to your top three here in a few moments' time as we wait for them to get out of the race cars. We'll chat to Blake Chapman, Kyle Moonen, and Stephen Goldner. Post-race coverage here live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness is done. Of course, we still wait for the top three. And once the top three are here, we will be ready to bring them in, and we'll chat to your top three here in a few moments' time. There is Blake Chapman. We're still waiting on the other two to get in. In fact, we'll bring in third place driver of Stephen Goldner. Home in third place tonight, driving car number 30. Stephen, congratulations on third place. Yes, tonight, boy, that was a tough race to be a part of the track. Got very slick, very technical, but third place overall. Are you happy with that one?
Yeah, third's a good points tonight for us. Anything inside the top five and hopefully anything in front of, Patrick and Moonen. I mean, we didn't get in front of Moonen tonight, but, third place is good. Good points race. Good to talk to you up here in the booth.
Coming into this 35-lap main event, it was always going to be a tricky little racetrack. This racetrack it's almost like you've got a couple of different racetracks combined into the one. How difficult is it to get around here, especially when you get to that close to that inside wall? You've got to be careful not to hit it with your left front, otherwise it's going to rip the front end out.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough little place. It's a lot of fun. Really technical. It's tough. I wasn't really good at all night up top, which I ran earlier, and I was really good up top. So I don't know. I mean, track conditions were quite a bit different. It was a little bit slicker, but yeah, it's a tough place to get around. You gotta be patient on the bottom, super patient if you want to really hit the quick lines. But it's a badass place. I like coming here.
Stephen, well done on a third place finish here in the Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegade division here on this Monday night, your Weekend Speedway Monday Night Madness. Stephen, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 30 car.
Yeah, I got to thank all the guys at Bandy Built, Ross Cornett, Lost Race Designs, unveiled a new paint, and it's pretty quick, so pretty happy with that paint. Pittsburgh Photography, Moon and Racing Engines, you guys for the broadcast, Roger and everyone C2C, Dylan Westbrook Racing for the sponsorship for the series.
Stephen, well done on third place. We'll see you back next week, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Stephen Golden home in third place. We'll chat to the man that comes home in the runner-up position, driving the Velocity Race Designs. Car number 24, it's Kyle Moonen. Kyle, congratulations, second place. Well, you couldn't really get to Blake Chapman, but boy, I tell you, you had a pretty good battle there for the runner-up spot for pretty much the entire of that feature event.
Yeah, the car was pretty good. I felt a little better on that early green flag run and thought I would have a little more for Blake than I did, which was nothing. Yeah, so I told him it. I tried moving around some and just couldn't find anything. He was too good.
This racetrack was always going to be tricky. How tough do you find it, especially when the track gets slick like this? The throttle control must be at an all-time high.
Yeah, it was. That was most of it. Just keeping the wheels under it, and trying to keep the car straight and try to find a little bit of grip where you could, which there definitely wasn't much anywhere.
Kyle, well done on the runner-up finish here tonight at the Weedsport for what is the Monday Night Madness, thanks to Weekend Speedway and Dylan Westbrook Racing 360 Renegade Division. Kyle, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 24 car that makes it possible for you.
Just all the guys at Bandy Built, everyone that helps put on the league, you guys for the broadcasts, Ross Cornett, Velocity Race Designs, and that's about it.
Kyle Moonen home in second spot. We'll now chat to your race winner. It's going to be the 20 car of Blake Chapman. And Blake, congratulations on the victory. You lead all 30 laps. That I don't want to say it was too easy, but boy, I tell you what, it must have been tough out there.
Yeah, this is never an easy track. I really like it a lot. It's probably my favorite track, but it's very technical and it's pretty difficult. I think it's just something about the way you got to rotate the car getting into the corners that really plays to my strengths, and I was able to stick down low for first half of the race, and then it got slow and was able to move up to the middle. And this car could go everywhere tonight. Felt really, really good.
Where did you just said the car felt good everywhere, but did you have sort of a game plan on what you had in mind on where you wanted to run throughout the course of this feature event?
Yeah, I was just kind of debating before the race which gear I wanted to go with. I wanted a little a little more gear to run that bottom at the very start, and I figured the middle was gonna come in at the end of the race because that's what happened when we ran here last season, and I could feel that bottom was starting to slow down a little bit, and the caution came out and decided to move up to the middle, and glad I made that decision because that's definitely where the fast line was for the rest of the night.
Blake, well done on a flawless victory here in the main event, leading, I believe you led all 35 laps here in this feature event. Blake, congratulations on the victory. Before we let you go and celebrate, no doubt a lot of people, a lot of sponsors you want to thank on this 20 car.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank the family for watching and supporting. I got to thank all the guys at the Crite Sim Racing team, the Can-Am Racing team. Got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps and Andy at A&J Custom Creations. I got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They got some of the best popcorn out there. You can head over to their website and check them out. Don't forget to use code CART at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. And I got to thank you for putting this broadcast on.
Blake, well done on the win. Go and celebrate, buddy. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Blake Chapman, your winner here tonight from the Weedsport Speedway here on your Oshweekend Speedway. Monday Night Madness, Dylan Westbrook Racing, Renegades 360 winged sprint cars. Your winter seasons, number 24, winter season for 2024, week number 7 is done and dust. Don't forget, tomorrow night, some special events, but Wednesday night back with the Flatline Racing Bodies and Hometown Heroes live on OSRN and live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network with Joe White. It's been a fun night here with the Coast to Coast, filling in for Marty as he should be back next week. But next week, don't forget, it is the Steve King Foundation Flatline Racing Bodies Speed Week. Night 1 on Sunday night, night 2 Monday night, Tuesday night, night 3 Salty Dogs, night 4 Venom Racing, night number 5. A lot of racing on the line, so make sure you sign up for that one. Check out c2crl.com for more information about that one. But for now, it's time we head out here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Speaking of Ultimate Dirt TV, we are going to be back in about 30 minutes' time for the Plum Wild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association from the Knoxville Raceway. But for now, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, we say farewell, good night, congratulations to our winners. We'll see you back very shortly.